Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Anthropology. So friends, today we are going to study about demography anthropology. What is demography anthropology? The word demography derived from two Greek words, demos, graphia. Demos means population, graphia means study. The word demography used by Alcin Guildward in 1855. So, demography means population study and demography anthropology means population study through anthropology. Scope of demographic anthropology. The scope of demography is broad from simple description of population changes over time and space to complex growth and distribution of population with due attention to such determinants as migration, racial differences, psychology, social and economic class, and geographical location. The necessity to study distribution changes and structure in population had never so intensively felt as had been in the past few decades. It studies how small or large populations are, how populations are composed as per age, sex, race, marital status, and other characteristics, and how populations are distributed in physical space. The variation of human population changes over time like variation in terms of size, composition, and distribution. These changes are affected by several factors which includes fertility, mortality, and migration. The population study deals with the population phenomenon which take place and also changes in social, biological, and economical settings. Population composition includes sex, marital status, educational level, religion, caste, race, etc. Population distribution includes geographical location, social position, and economic, etc., and residents in both rural and urban. Three main sources of demographic data. A. National census. It's a whole process of collecting data as per the United Nations 1958. A national census is a whole process of collecting, compiling and publishing demographic, economic and social data pertaining at a particular time to everyone in a country or delimited territory. Everyone in a population and the entire demographic event that take place in the population are supposed to be registered in national census. A census is like taking picture of population once after every 10 years. Its main objective is to find out data regarding the size, composition and distribution of the population. It's also collect information regarding the size of the population and its social geographic subpopulation as well as data on their educational composition. Other typically census include population data such as area of birth, citizenship, language, current migration experience, religion, and ethnic heritage that refer to the group destination based on shared culture origin. B. Registration system. Registration system is a continuous collection of major population events of 10 birth, death, marriage, divorce, and sometimes migration. Registration data of demographic events such as birth or death, which are registered with government, are generally completed and published annually or monthly. All through it applies mainly to birth and death. Many countries do main things registration of marriage, divorce, and abortion. A population register is a list of people that include the name, date, name, date of birth, address, and personal identification number. C. Survey. The third source of demographic data is survey. Demographers rely upon survey because national census or registration system do not include the extensive kind of information required to address of the critical demographic question. Demographers are better able to find out fundamental patterns of demographic behavior by conducting survey to carefully chosen random samples of the larger population. They often collect data interest to demographers, which are not included in census and registers. This is mainly true with respect to the study of fertility, while it also applies to mortality, while it also applies to mortality and migration. Three main sources of demographic process. A. Fertility refers to the actual production of the children, which in the strictest sense is a biological process. It is different from fecundity, which refers to the reproductive capability of woman during her whole reproductive period. Even though the production of child is a biological process, the different activities and events which lead to give birth are affected by the social, economic, cultural and physical characteristics of women and the men, as well as by the environment in which they live. B. Mortality. It refers to the relative frequency of death in a population. The two different concepts which were used by demographers when referring mortality, namely the lifespan, which is the numerical age limit of human life, and life expectancy, which is the average expected number of years of lived to be lived by a particular population at a given time. There are literally thousands ways to die: famine, war, disease, etc. C. Migration. Migration is defined the movement of people from one place to another within the country or outside. Persons may be added to a population on by moving into it or subtracted by moving away from it. Unlike birth and death, which occur to each of us once and only once, migration may occur on several occasions, or we may never experience migration. Demographers distinguish between movers and migrants. Any person who changes residence, whether the changes involve moving across the street, is mover. A migrant is a person whose residential move involves the crossing of political boundary. Movement usually involves changes in one's school, job, church, doctor, library, pub, shopping center, etc. Migration may be from state to state or nation to nation. So, this is the brief description about demography anthropology. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my YouTube channel.